Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Essential Image and to part 2 of the well-groomed gentleman from head to toe. Yesterday we talked about your hair and today we're talking about your mouth. We're going from top to bottom. So today we're talking about your mouth in terms of dental health and having good breath. Couple of stories. I grew up in a third world country where, at least back in the day, dentistry was about a couple of centuries behind. And so when I got to the U.S., I remember my dentist looking at my mouth going, "Where did you grow up?" So I explained it to him. And he said, it's going to take us some time to correct the things that your dentist did in South America. And it did take a few years to fix all the things that I needed to have fixed with my teeth. I was very lucky to have been born with straight teeth, number one, and with fairly white teeth, which is kind of an anomaly in terms of where I grew up, where, for example, the water didn't have fluoride. And I was a terrible or a really good sweets eater. I was addicted to sweets, eating them all the time, and I paid the price for it. However, I did get all my dental issues taken care of, and at least I managed to have a decent smile most of my life. However, when we talked about dental health, and today I want to give you 5 tips on how to have great breath and keep great dental health. Number one, if you have dental problems, if you have cavities, missing teeth, dead teeth, gum disease, things like that, you've got to take care of those things. You have got to take care of them because not taking care of them is one of the main causes of bad breath. Several years ago, I remember I was meeting somebody, and I won't tell you who this person is because she has some level of fame. But very beautiful woman. My company was working with her. I met up with her to plan the event for the next day, and I remember, wow, what a great-looking woman. I sat down next to her, and I have to tell you, her breath could have peeled paper off walls. I mean, it was offensive, to put it mildly. And it was such a disconnect to see such a pretty looking person, and her breath was incredibly disgusting. It was a huge turnoff. And I thought, man, why would anybody allow that to be part of their image? Because it became to associate that with her. Not a good thing to have associated with you if you have bad breath. But going back to our point today, one of the biggest problems when it comes to dental health is people neglecting to take care of their teeth. So again, you have to take care of the basics. Any problems, cavities, missing teeth, dead teeth, gum disease. Gum disease is one of the biggest things that will give you bad breath. So unless you take care of those things, everything else I'm going to say today may not necessarily help you a whole lot. So assuming your teeth are in great shape, and I'm very happy to report mine are in great shape. In fact, I get an A+ every time I go to my dentist. And so my number one tip today, you've got to get your teeth checked and cleaned twice a year. That semi-annual checkup, you cannot skip that. You have to go to the dentist. They have to check you out, and they have to make sure that you have no issues with your teeth. Assuming you're doing that, the next 4 tips are going to be perfect for you in terms of making sure that you have a healthy mouth and a good smelling mouth so that you're not offending people or peeling wallpaper off walls. So, tip number 2, the essential tools that you need to have really, really good dental health. Number 1, you've got to floss your teeth. I really like the Glide, the Pro Health Glide. You have to floss your teeth at least twice a day. If you tend to have teeth that trap food and things like that when you're out at work or at lunch, grab a little bit of floss, put it in your pocket or your purse, take it with you, and then use it as needed. But at the very least, you've got to floss your teeth twice a day, morning and night, and floss them really well. Make sure that you're getting between those teeth and really it's not a matter of just going in and out. You have to go in and really get around those teeth and clean them really well. Next, you need a really good toothpaste. I'm a big fan of Crest and of Aquafresh, but Crest especially, this particular toothpaste is the Crest Complete with fluoride. It also has a little bit of scope in it, but this toothpaste makes your mouth feel incredibly fresh. It tastes great. It doesn't hurt to brush your teeth with it, and it tastes really, really good. The other thing I will tell you that you need is an electric toothbrush. I ditched the old analog version, I guess you can call it analog version, the old traditional toothbrush many years ago in favor of an electric toothbrush. If you've never brushed your teeth with an electric toothbrush, let me tell you, you are missing out. Now, it will feel funny the first few times. It tickles a little bit. It's a completely different feeling than brushing with a regular toothbrush. But I'll tell you what, this will leave your teeth perfectly smooth. It will clean your gums. It'll clean between your teeth. And well worth the investment. By the way, if you're not at the stage where you can afford a toothbrush like this, at least you have to change your toothbrush every 3 months. You can't go 2 years with the same toothbrush. It doesn't work. At least every 3 months. This guy, I changed the head every 3 months. I buy a bunch of these, and every 3 months I put a new one on. And these things, I mean, they're, you know, it's the Sonic Philips Sonic Care is what I use. Great toothbrush. They've even improved them since the time I bought this. So you've got to have that. The fourth tool that you need is a tongue scraper. This is the Oral-B Breath RX. It's a tongue scraper. Now, there are lots of versions of tongue scrapers out there. If you go to Walgreens or the grocery store, they have the little triangle shaped thingy that you can use to scrape your teeth. Okay, it works all right, but let me tell you what, this thing works really well. And I will link in the description to all of these products so that you know where to find them, but I will talk about this one in just a minute. So let's go back to brushing your teeth. Yesterday in my video about hair, you heard me talk about the fact that you need to rinse your hair really well. And by the way, if you missed that video, I will link it below so that you can watch it as well. But when it comes to teeth, the same concept applies. You can't just brush your teeth, cursory brush, and then just spit out the toothpaste and go on your way. You have to rinse your mouth really well. But before you do that, you have to brush for a full 2 minutes. None of this putting in a little dab of toothpaste on the tip of your toothbrush. You have to load that thing up with toothpaste. Don't be shy. A pack of this at Costco will cost you next to nothing. It's a great product. But you really have to put a lot of toothpaste on that toothbrush, and you have to brush for at least 2 minutes. The great thing about these electric versions is that this one, for example, has several cycles on it. You can actually do a quickie job if you want. It'll take you 30 seconds to brush your whole mouth. Or what I like is the 2-minute version. And so every 30 seconds, you hear a change in the vibration, I guess, and you know that it's time to switch sections on your mouth. So, I start with the top, go to the bottom, go to the back, bottom, go to the top, and top, back teeth. And it takes me at least a full 2 minutes to brush my teeth. At night, what I like to do is put it on the 3-minute cycle because that extra minute has a gum massaging cycle on it. So after that 30 seconds, you get a 15 seconds of just brushing your gums. Great thing to do. It'll help you keep those gums really nice and healthy. But again, at least a full 2 minutes of brushing your teeth. None of this 10 seconds and you're done. Not a good thing. And then, of course, you have to rinse thoroughly. It's just like the floors I mentioned. If your floors you put soap on them and you don't really rinse them very well, you just have soap and it looks terrible. It probably smells like soap and you don't want that. As awesome as toothpaste is, the whole name of the game is to have a clean mouth. The toothpaste will clean your mouth, do a great job of that, sanitize it, but you have to rinse really, really, really well. And the last thing, of course, you have to do is you have to scrape your tongue. Other than dental issues, the other biggest culprit of bad breath is when people build stuff up on their tongue. I know this is really gross. Human bodies are just gross in general, aren't they? In the mouth especially. A tongue scraper, once you're done brushing, and by the way, once you're done brushing your teeth, you have to brush your tongue. Yes, you do. Once you've built up all that foam in your mouth, you have to brush your tongue. I even suggest brushing the top of your mouth a little bit, rinsing really well, and then you have to scrape your tongue. This thing is serrated like a knife almost. It's not very sharp. It doesn't hurt. But boy, this thing, when you scrape your tongue from the back all the way out several times until your tongue is pink. If it's halfway through the day and you can see a big coating of crap on your tongue, I have to tell you, you probably have bad breath. This will help you scrape stuff out. Even if you are out and you're able to put this in your briefcase or your purse and have one handy, great thing to have. You go out to lunch with someone, you go to the restroom, you scrape your tongue or even floss your teeth if you need to, and voila, you're back to having fresh breath for the rest of the day without necessarily having to brush when you're at a restaurant. Great tool. Invest in this. It'll last you years. I've had this one for a while. It'll last you a long time. So there you have it. Oral health is so important because you get close to people. I don't care if it's your wife, your girlfriend to be, your boyfriend to be, your kids, your parents, whoever, or a client. My goodness, you get close to a client at a meeting, and if all they can focus is not smelling your breath, you've already lost that sale. You've already lost that job if you're interviewing for a job. You've got to take care of your mouth. It's an essential thing that you have to do. Anyway, those are the tips today. I hope you're enjoying the series. Pass them on to your friends who like them. Please, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel. Put a comment there. Let me know what else you want to hear about. But this week we'll be back with more. We'll talk about our bodies. We'll talk about at the end of the week. We're going to top this off with, I mentioned yesterday, with feet. Another gross thing that humans have, but you can make them the least gross possible. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.